All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be live in a minute or two. Can I get you to put all your phones on silent for me, if you can, and turn any alarms you have on off? All right, we are live at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. If you're tuning in to watch us, apologies for the delay. We had a 9 o'clock session which has just finished, and we're going to be live in a moment. We're just getting everybody in the room, so hang on a second for us, and then we can get cracking. I'm going to move this over here for now. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick, can I get you to close the doors for me? I've got everybody in here. Lovely. All right, last check for me, guys. Just cell phones on silent for me if you can. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you're watching us from around the country this morning, I'm really glad to have you with us. You've prioritized your Saturday morning to wealth and not your kids' soccer game or your daughter's ballet. I'm very impressed, and I appreciate your time here with us this morning. We're going to spend the next sort of 40 minutes having a look at DuePoint, the reason why you're here this morning. And my hope is that by the end of this session, you have a very different outlook, not only on wealth creation, but on the South African economy and what is available to you. We want to start this morning by just informing you, obviously, that DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. That is super important to know. You might not have heard of DuePoint before. This is often the case. It's because we are a division of a much bigger insurance company called Constantia. Constantia is a listed and licensed life and short-term insurance company, and you can find us everywhere. We're a public company. Go to our website. If you go to Constantia's website, the financials are there, the BE status is there, like you can see everything. We are a public company, and this should give you a couple of securities before we start this morning. First of all, you know you're dealing with a South African company that is run and designed by South Africans for the South African context. This is important because very often when you end up in a presentation of any kind, you're generally talking to foreigners. And that to me is a very serious hindrance, limitation, because you can't see who owns the business. You don't know who's actually running the thing, and you don't understand their objectives and their intentions. Whereas here at DuePoint, you can find us here 6 days a week, Monday through Friday, right here. You know who's running the place, you know where to find us, and you know that you can trust in what is being done. And as I say, we open everything up to you. Go to the internet, do all the research you want. You can find out everything that you need to know about us. Right, now, about 5 years ago, we sat down as Constantia and we said to ourselves, we have a problem that is economic, and it affects both us as corporates and as individuals. We felt it most acutely as a corporate, but it definitely spread to the individuals as well. And that problem was the fact that we were in a recessive economy. A recessive economy is one that is shrinking. You all know that we're in it. If any of you have been following the news, any news, you will know that we are slowly shrinking as a South African economy. There are less and less jobs available every year, which means there's less and less money in the economy as people are not working and businesses are closing down. And that means less and less people were buying products of any kind on the traditional forms of distribution. Traditional forms, TV adverts, radio adverts, etc., etc. You go, you see the advert, you contact, you hit call centers and you buy. That was drying up. In fact, it still is. It's at crisis point at the moment. People are no longer responding to traditional forms of product distribution. They're moving to other things, mainly electronic, where they can get things instantly and generally at much better prices. This is because they are in financial crisis. The average South African, and when I say average, I mean 99.9% of us, literally, that is a statistic you can look up, is right now in financial crisis. Most South Africans haven't realized it yet. You think you're still surviving. You think you're still making it through month by month. What you don't realize is that we are actually heading towards the cliff. And every month we're just getting closer. You think, oh, I've made it. Oh, I've made it. And then you're not going to make it. And then you're really not going to make it. And we are all in that boat right now as we see our economy crumble. What are the things that are driving our economy at the moment? Well, inflation is out of control. There's been very little talk about it because it's kind of being covered. It's being covered up a little bit. Why? Because how do you go to the people of your country and say, listen, guys, prices are going to go up 25 to 50% this year? How do you do that? You can't. So you go, no, inflation is 6%. Any of you experienced 6% inflation last year? No. What you did experience was the second increase in VAT in its history. In its history. VAT has been in South Africa for nearly 40 years now. It's only ever been increased once before, and you experienced it last year. It increased prices across the board by 7%. There was 7% in price increases because of VAT last year. 6 petrol price increases. 6! It's like a joke. Which country in the world had 6 petrol price increases? Even the Zimbabwe got it right. They just did 1 and made it 300% more expensive. Huh? 6 petrol price increases. Inflation last year hasn't been calculated yet, but my estimate, and from what I've read, is closer to about 20 to 25%. That means everything that you could buy at the beginning of last year is 25% more expensive this year. And that means that we are in financial crisis. You can deny it, you can stick your head in the ground, you can tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, that this is just a marketing presentation. You can tell me anything you like. But the reality is, in the next 24 months, South Africans are going to get to understand what financial crisis actually means. And we needed to fix that problem. We saw it 5 years ago. And we said, how do we fix it from our perspective, the corporate, and how do we fix it from the individual's perspective? We then looked at how South Africans behave, and we believed that South Africans are naturally social entrepreneurs. As South Africans, we generally survive by running multiple lines of income, and generally we use our community to get those multiple lines of income flowing. And so we said we needed to build that into what would become a new form of distribution for us at Constantia, one that harnessed individuals' natural social entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship characteristic, and one that would enhance our distribution, but at the same time solve the economic problem that the average South African had. And with that, we built what we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system allows you as an individual to contract with us as a wealth engineer. As a wealth engineer, we're going to ask you to do one thing. It's not going to be selling. It's not going to be advertising. It's not going to be advising or marketing or all of those things that you don't want to do. It's one simple thing. We're going to ask you to connect South Africans to us. There are 55 million of them. 54,999,000 are in crisis. And we need you to connect them to us. If you can connect them to us, you create that new form of distribution for us, into which we're able to create revenue. And from that revenue, we're able to create for you an extra recurring income, not a cash in transit. Now, cash in transit is what you have done up until this point in time. Even your job is cash in transit. You get a lump sum of money at the end of each month, and then you spend it and it's gone. If you lose your job, you don't get another lump sum of money. It's gone. It's also been where you have been involved in some form of selling before. Most of you have done it. You've been involved in some form of selling. It's been plastic containers, it's been creams, it's been perfumes, it's been vitamins and minerals, cleaning agents. You've been involved in all of them. Most of them have been cheap Chinese knockoff stuff that's come in and they've arrived, and for 12 months they've taken your money and then they've disappeared. Am I right? Yes. That did not create cash for you. Others have been involved in electronic currencies. Okay? You've been involved in electronic currency. 1 month it's $19,000, and then 6 months later it's $2,000, and you have not made any money. When you are dealing in cash in transit, your circumstances do not change. They don't. You have 50,000 Rand in 1 month, and the next month you've got nothing. You can't buy a new house, you can't pay for the kids' education, you can't buy a new car, and you certainly can't get yourself out of your dead-end job. You do not have what we call wealth. We produce wealth at DuePoint. It is our primary objective. Wealth is an income that is there every month. It is an income that's there when you can't work. It is an income that's there when you're sick, or you're busy, or you're on holiday. And it comes in every month reliably. Our income is produced this way at DuePoint through our financial services products. They run on debit order systems, which means that every month the debit order is raised, no matter what you're doing. Doesn't matter if it's Christmas or Easter, our system raises the debit orders. And when it's raised, your income comes in. It's reliable, and it is steadfast, and it is circumstance changing, which is what we want here at DuePoint. We have built the system in the South African context. So any excuse you have this morning, I'm warning you up front, has already been eradicated in the DuePoint system. So let me pull out your favorite ones. I don't have time for this. Congratulations, you are part of the biggest club in South Africa, the club of I don't have time. Folks, we understand that you don't have time. We're South Africans. You wouldn't be South African if you had time. We have built a system that leverages other individuals, so that as a team, we call them channels here, you're able to produce wealth and income in our system without needing time. We have produced a system that creates wealth 24 hours a day because you're not carting stock around. There's no Buckies here, there's no creams and milkshakes and potions and all of, there's none of that you can't. Our product is delivered instantly, perfectly, 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, which means you produce wealth 24 hours a day with the DuePoint system. It also means that you produce wealth while you sleep because you've leveraged others to create wealth for yourself. There is nothing like DuePoint in South Africa today. Nothing. I have never had an individual in all the years that I have had through this presentation, tens of thousands of individuals through these presentations that have come to me and said, Brennan, nonsense, here's something and it's better and here's why it's better. There is nothing like DuePoint today. It is a system that's designed for you in economic crisis, without time and without hope. It comes in and it buys your time back, it pulls you out of crisis, and it brings hope back to you. And we give you the system, the use of the system, for free. You do not pay anything to use the DuePoint system because we are not a cheap Chinese knockoff thing that takes your money and then runs. You know where I live. I have nowhere to run. And so I must make it real for you. That was a joke, but tough crowd this morning. I can't run, and therefore it must be real. And in order for it to be real, we can't take your money before we make wealth. We need to create wealth first. And so we don't charge you an admin fee, a sales fee, a marketing fee, a startup fee, an admin fee, an application form fee, a monthly fee. We don't charge you any of those things to use our system. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you automatically get every single facility, every single service, every single piece of technology that we have at no cost. And it means that every South African can be a wealth engineer. You're not selling. You're not brokers. You're not agents. You're not intermediaries. You're not representatives. You're not advertising. And therefore, you don't need any education or experience to do this. What do we ask you to do? Just connect South Africans. Every one of you has got 200 to 2,000 contacts in your phone. Part of the 55 million South Africans that need to be connected to us. Just connect them to us. And using our technology, and we have created a very simple system that allows individuals using our technology to create an asset that is theirs. It's a real asset. Why do I say it's an asset? Well, first of all, you can price it. This channel you will build will create a recurring steadfast income. That means you can price it. In our system, you can sell your channel. You can realize future income flows in the present. And ultimately, this channel of yours will automatically be handed over to your children when you pass away one day, and they will earn the income you created in your life. This is something beyond anything that we have seen or found in South Africa today. We now are in a position to create intergenerational wealth for South Africans. We don't get to leave legacy behind in South Africa. You know what it's like. You lose your job, you don't get to hand it to your kids when you die one day. They don't get your job. How many South Africans will hand over assets to their children? None. I mean, the percentage that does is so small we can say none. And here at DuePoint, we've allowed you and put you in a position to build an income that you benefit from in your life, and when you pass away, your children pick it up, earn that income, and can grow that asset even further if they want to. This is how the wealthy of the world have become wealthy. They didn't do it in one generation. They did it generation after generation after generation. I often laugh. People think people like Bill Gates just got rich by themselves. No. Bill Gates' dad lent him $48 million to start Microsoft. I think you'd also do quite well if someone gave you $48 million to start a business with. Where did the $48 million come from? It came from wealth his father had created and his grandfather had started. It was generational wealth that made people rich. And at DuePoint, you now have an asset that outlives you and therefore puts you and your family in a position to create generational wealth for yourselves. And you do it at DuePoint in the simplest possible way. No presentations, no carrying stock around, no carrying armfuls of paper application forms around. No, at DuePoint, everything is technology driven. It's in your pocket. Everywhere you are, anywhere you are in the country, you have DuePoint right here in your hands. And all you have to do is click the button and connect South Africans to us, and your wealth starts to grow. as you connect South Africans to us, some of them are going to become wealth engineers just like you, and when they do, we allocate them to you, and your channel is born. These guys go out, they connect South Africans to us. As they become wealth engineers, we allocate them to you. And your channel of distribution that you've built for us starts spreading out across the country of South Africa. We then come along as DuePoint, not you. We as DuePoint come along and we do the work. We do the facilitation of the purchase of our products throughout your channel of distribution. And your income, your wealth is born without you having to sell a single thing. So for those of you who feel like you don't have time, excellent. All you need to do is push a button. I know all of you have enough time to push a button. And we're able to create wealth for you. We distribute this wealth to you in two ways. The first is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product payment in your channel, every month that it's paid, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment takes place. Sounds complicated, but it's not. It's super simple. You're going to go out, you're going to talk to your friends. Some of your friends are going to become wealth engineers. They're going to pay for their product, and you're going to get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. 55 Rand every month for every product that is paid in your channel. Some people have said to me, no, this is nonsense. My cheap Chinese knockoff company over here tells me I'll get 450 Rand for every pot I sell. Yes, once. You get it once. Here at DuePoint, you have connected an individual to us once and have created for yourself a stream of income that now arrives every month thereafter without you having to run back to the individual to sell the pot to them again, without having to run back to them to beg them to buy again. Every month our system raises the debit order and your income comes in. We are not like one of those companies. People come and see me after these presentations and go, oh, you're just like, and they rattle off a name. No, ladies and gentlemen. You are dealing with the only wealth creation company in the country that has been designed for every South African. That's who we are. These individuals go out, they'll connect a few people to us, some will buy products, pay for their products, and again, you'll get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. In this example, you've been here 5 minutes and you're already earning 1,000 Rand a month. That's 12,000 Rand a year you have created for yourself. You didn't have to go out of your way, you didn't have to burn up extra time, you just connected a few people and you're earning 1,000 Rand a month. This is on the side. None of you have quit your jobs to do this. This is not going to replace your job. This is what you're now building on the side. Put some more time and more effort in, and that income increases. You continue to earn, but at a diminishing basis down to the 8th point. From the 8th point on, though, you have unlimited potential. From the 8th point on, you will always get 4% of R27.50 for every product paid on every point, as long as you qualify to earn. Do you want to understand how to earn in the DuePoint system? Go and watch our training videos. They're about 3 or 4 minutes long. That's how long it takes us to explain the system to you. Get out there, connect people, qualify people, and you start earning in our system without limit. And it means that you can hand this over to your children, and they can grow it even further. And it means that their potential of wealth is unlimited too. Someone said to me on the phone yesterday, they wanted to understand the DuePoint system. They said, but this is impossible. How can you earn on every point? Well, I did a training video on that too. Do you want to understand the mathematics behind our business? Go and watch the training videos. I'll actually break the maths down for you and show you how we create intergenerational unlimited wealth. This is a very interesting proposition for you. Wherever you are today, whatever job or title you have, you know that there is a limit to your potential. There's very few of us that have unlimited potential. Think about what you're doing now. Can you see yourself going all the way to the top of what you're doing, realistically, and being the guy at the top earning the 20 million Rand a year? Guys, there's 1,000 of them in South Africa. 1,000 out of 55 million. You have more chance. I actually did the stats on this once upon a time. You will be struck by lightning 8 times before that happens. No, once, 8 times. And if you watch the newspaper, some poor sod got hit by lightning just once and he's dead. You have to be hit by lightning 8 times before you become one of those 1,000 people that earns 20 million Rand a year. You will have dated 30 supermodels by the time you become that individual. Ladies and gentlemen, we have limited potential in anything that we do. And when we come to that realization, that's the point at which we stop making excuses and we pick up the DuePoint tool and we step into an environment where there is no limit to your potential. It is just a matter of how much time you are willing to spend connecting individuals to us. That is your only criteria in creating wealth at DuePoint. Everything else is simply an excuse to not do it. I had 3 people come and ask me this weekend for money. 3 people that are friends of mine. And out of the 3 of them, I all said to them, I can teach you how to create wealth. And one of them was honest enough to come and say, Brendan, no, I don't want work. I just want your money. And you know what? At least that person, that one of the 3, was honest enough to say, I have no intention of creating any wealth. I'm just going to keep begging in my poverty. Folks, are you going to keep begging in your poverty? Or are you going to start creating wealth for yourself, where you don't have to ask anyone anymore for money because you've got the tool in your hand to actually create it yourself? No selling, no distribution of product, just connect South Africans to us. And we can start calculating your wealth then. We've been doing this long enough now. We've got decades of data and piles of experience in knowing how people earn wealth at DuePoint. And so we can calculate really accurately what you can expect to earn at DuePoint as long as you are connecting individuals to us. So how many people do you need to connect? Well, you can connect as many as you like. You can do 1 a month. You can do 500 a month. That's completely up to you. We've had every end of the spectrum. But in order to just give you a bit of a road to run on, a track to mark yourself on, we use a growth rate formula we call 3 + 2. It says that in your first month with us, because you don't have time, all we ask is for 3 connections. 3 in your first month. Do you think you could find time in an entire month to connect 3 people to us? I think you can, no matter how busy you are. And then every month thereafter, because we know you'll get even more busy, you only have to connect 2 people a month to us, just 2. If you can connect 2 people every month going forward, you can't skip months. You have to keep connecting. If you keep connecting, well, then I can track what you can reasonably expect to earn with us at DuePoint. If you do it for 6 months, 3 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 2, after 6 months, you can reasonably expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month with us. That's not a lot of money. No. My WhatsApp group showed me a picture where I could be earning 100,000 Rand in 90 days. Hands up, anyone who knows somebody who earned 100,000 Rand after 90 days. No, but we're suckers for it, aren't we? You know why? Because they promise you don't have to work. That's always the promise. Go and look at the images, go and look at Facebook. The promise is, don't work, give me 5 grand, I'll make you rich in 90 days. And we're such suckers for it. We go, here's my 5 grand. Here's my 2,500 Rand. Here's my $80 a month. I have seen it all, ladies and gentlemen. We fall for it hook, line, and sinker. Buy my training package for 15,000 Rand and I'll teach you. And we hand it over. And yet here we all sit this morning, don't we? As tens of thousands of South Africans do every month at DuePoint. Ladies and gentlemen, at DuePoint we're sick and tired of that nonsense. Here we're going to tell you what life's going to actually look like. Wealth creation is bought with time. 6 months and you're earning 30,000 Rand a year. 30,000 Rand you didn't have 6 months ago. But you now have 30,000 Rand that doesn't come in once and doesn't come in when you're working on DuePoint. It comes in every month at 2,500 Rand every single month. Start listing the expenditure that you can start crossing off at 2,500 Rand a month. What's gone off your list now at 2,500 Rand? Well, do 6 more months with us. +2, +2, +2, +2, +2, +2. After a year of being with us, of connecting individuals to us, you can now reasonably expect to be on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. Now, of course, you wanted to go faster, just connect more people. But at the moment, you're very busy, remember? You have no time. So the most you can do is just 2 people a month. Great, okay. 2 people a month after 12 months with us, you can reasonably expect to be on 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's 120,000 Rand of income flowing into your household every year going forward. And you did it in 12 months. That's this time next year. Not many people are getting a 10,000 Rand raise at the end of this year. I imagine very few of you got a 10,000 Rand raise at the end of this last year. But you can engineer for yourself. Do you see why we call you wealth engineers? You can engineer for yourself a 10,000 a month raise over the next 12 months. That's $1,000 a month that you can increase your earnings by. Would you like to have a 1,000 Rand increase every month going forward? We have wealth engineers at DuePoint that have done a lot better than that. They've engineered 5,000 Rand a month raises for themselves. They don't connect 2 people, they connect 20 or 30 people. But that doesn't matter. You haven't got time, remember? So just 2 people, and it'll get you to 10,000 Rand a month in a year with us. If you can do it for 2 years, that'll increase to about 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. So in 24 months, you can give yourself a 30,000 Rand raise. 360,000 Rand a year puts you in the top third of earners in the country. I can say with almost complete confidence that almost none of you in this room earn 30,000 Rand a month. Just using SARS statistics. Just taking the statistic and saying only a third of South Africans earn more than 30,000 Rand a month. And you get there in 24 months. Now, you know what happens? You're going to run out, you're going to talk to a whole bunch of people. You're going to start with your mom and dad. You're going to run home and go, Dad, you are not going to believe what I saw this morning. It's incredible. And what is your dad going to tell you? Excuse number 2. What's excuse number 2? Your dad's got time, so he can't use that because he's retired. But what's he going to use? He's going to excuse number 2. This is a pyramid scheme. That's what he's going to say. Now, I love that question. There's actually a great video on this. Most people have no idea what a pyramid scheme is. But it's a default. They have it in their holsters. Pyramid scheme. Okay. You'll be glad to know that our government's a pyramid scheme. It has a president, 2 vice presidents, multiple sub-presidents, deputies, etc. All businesses are pyramid schemes. The CEO is 2 vice CEOs. And they're all pyramid schemes. Folks, no, we're not a pyramid scheme. We are listed on the JSE. We are 68 years old. We are licensed with multiple licenses with the FSCA, and there are 8 regulators that review and audit this business on a regular basis. No, unfortunately, that excuse gets crossed off quite quickly. But it doesn't in your mind because you didn't know that, and now you're really disappointed because your mom and dad laughed at you and told you you fell for a pyramid scheme. Then you're going to go out to your best friend, and your best friend's going to go, this is awesome. I'm going to do this with you. I know 1,000 people. We're going to connect those 1,000 people to this business. And then the next day, they're going to block you on WhatsApp and unfriend you on Facebook. And you didn't even say anything to them. And so your journey at DuePoint ends before it began. And I'm saying 2 years. Ladies and gentlemen, you get 55 million tries at this exercise. South Africans are absolutely desperate right now for a real economic solution. You cannot stop because the first 10 or 20 people haven't got their heads out the sand yet. You have to keep moving until you find those that want change now. And those few people are going to change your life forever in our system. Can you keep connecting to people? If you do and you don't care about whether they cancel or lapse or laugh at you or pay or don't pay, but you just keep connecting to people every single month for another year, after 3 years, you will be on 40 to 45,000 Rand a month with us. We know this. We've already seen it. It's real. If you can do it for 4 years, 2 people every month, then you'll be on 60 to 65,000 Rand a month. And if you can do it for half a decade, not 5 weeks, not 5 months, not the first 50 people you talk to, but you do it consistently and tirelessly for 5 years, we will make you millionaires. You will be on 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. 80 to 100,000 Rand a month, guys. That's 1.2 million a year. Any of you in the next 5 years is going to get to 100,000 Rand a month. So why would you rather go back to your job on Monday morning and leave DuePoint behind than do DuePoint? No, but I'm very busy and I'm very important. And folks, if you're not earning 100,000 Rand a month, you're not busy or important. You're poor. Is that not the reality? Any of you guys feel like you cash flush at the moment after January? Like, I got out of January and December, no problem, I'm about to buy my helicopter. None of us are in that position. None of us are in that position. It's not real. And yet we have people who go, I'm not doing this. It defies understanding. But for some of you out there, you're going to catch what we do this morning and go, you know what? In the next 5 years, I really would like to be back in control of my finances. I'd like to be back on top of my debt. I'd like to own a house. I'd like to drive a car. And I cannot do that with what I am doing currently. Let me pick this tool up and start connecting just 2 people a month to DuePoint. Just 2. And start changing my circumstances forever. Folks, we already have people doing this. Just 2 weeks ago, we had some people on stage. We had Paul. Paul's been with us for 6 months. After 6 months, he's on 2,500 Rand a month. What a surprise. The mathematics is working. 2,500, after another 6 months, he's going to be on 10. After another 6 months, he'll be on 18. Another 6 months, he'll be on 27. Then we had Norma. Norma works full-time for a major medical aid in South Africa. She does not have time, ladies and gentlemen, to do this business. She is heavily involved with them. And she said at the end of last year, she had to beg, scrape, yell, scream, fill out forms, go to meetings to get a 5,000 Rand raise. And then she said to herself, what on earth am I doing? I could have used this tool to create a 5,000 Rand raise. And so she went out and started creating a 5,000 Rand raise. And she's on 3.5 already. Guys, the tool is here. Pick it up and use it and decide what you want. We have people earning all across the spectrum here at DuePoint. We've been around for a good couple of years now. We've got people who are earning a couple hundred Rand a month, a couple thousand Rand. Some people only want 5 grand a month from us. That's fine. They go and get 5 grand. Some want 15,000 Rand a month. That's fine. We've got people earning 15,000 Rand. Some want 120,000 Rand a month. We've got people earning 120,000 Rand a month. We have all of them in the spectrum here. All you've got to do is decide what you want out of the DuePoint system and connect and connect and connect. You don't have to worry about how they respond to you. All you need to do is put them in front of our presentation and push play. And you're connecting individuals to us and creating wealth for yourselves. Where and what would you like to have in this life? Those are questions you can ask yourself. The second way that we reward you in the DuePoint system is we start to change your lifestyle too. That's a big thing for South Africans. We live a very poor set of lifestyle circumstances as average South Africans. And we change that through our XP Rewards program. It does 2 things for you. First of all, it trains you. It teaches you how to become a more successful entrepreneur. It teaches you everything you need to know about this industry and DuePoint. It also shows you how to create wealth in our system. As you participate in, and you have to engage in the system. It's there, you can ignore it. But if you engage in it, as you engage in it, we give you what we call XP points, experience points. And these experience points accumulate. You can't lose them. No one can take your experience away. And as they accumulate, naturally your channel will grow. And where you marry the two together, we rank you up in our XP Rewards program. And as we rank you up, we give you cash rewards, amazing cash rewards, on top of the returns we were talking about. And then we start to equip you, and then we start to change your circumstances. In rank 5, we give you an imported lightning memory stick from the US. It's got everything on it that you need to connect individuals to us, whether you're online or offline, and it connects to every single electronic device in South Africa. Then in rank 7, we give you a 20,000 Rand set of gold-gilded, custom-made, imported business cards for you. We give them to you. Have you ever given somebody a card from a 20,000 Rand set? They immediately go, who's DuePoint and what do you do for them? And you push play. Give me the card back. It's too expensive. Yeah. Walk around today. There's lots of rank 7s and above in the room and in the building today, and our glass cabinet. Go and ask them to show you what a 20,000 Rand set of business cards looks like. Go and ask them. They won't let you touch the card, but you can at least see what a properly gold-gilded, not inked, gold-gilded business card. One of the guys, one of our rank 9s the other day was saying, you're not going to believe it. I handed one of these cards over to the guy. He had seen our presentation. He started scratching the gold off the side of the card. We know we're in crisis when people are scratching the gold gilding off of the side of business cards. That's when you know that we are in crisis. At rank 9, we start to change your lifestyle circumstances as well. Rank 9 is quite far from where you guys are. What rank are you guys on? But when you get to rank 9, and how long you take to get there, well, that's completely up to you. Every year, for the rest of your life, as long as you maintain your channel size, we'll take you and your family away on a 5-star trip, all expenses paid, business class. And then we go, I love it. I was talking to my rank 9s this morning, and they were saying to me, but Brendan, you're not going to believe it. We have a guy who says, yeah, but will they actually do that? Well, we've done it for years. And we're going to be doing it for years. So it's not like I'm making you a promise we haven't already delivered on. Folks, we go away every year with our rank 9s and above. I don't have to give you fake internet footage. I show you the real stuff of the trips we've been on. Folks, of course, we deliver on every promise we make. You will work hard to get to rank 9, but when you get to rank 9, every year for the rest of your life, your December holidays look like this. December feels like 6 years ago right now. But nonetheless, we were there in December. You see some footage of the guys there this December and for the trips we've done before. And we're going again this year. That's already been planned and sorted. And it's really just up to you now whether you want to join us or not. And on this morning, most individuals will say, I want to be there. I mean, I've done it before. I've said, who's coming with me? Everybody puts their hands up and it's like, hey, book my ticket and all of that. And then they go home and talk to their dad who goes, pyramid scheme. And that blows them out the water. Folks, you've got to be serious this morning about the decision that you make to join us. This is not about listening to other people's ignorance, because that's what it is. When they call us a pyramid scheme, it's out of ignorance. They don't know who we are. You've got to buy your belief this morning that it is time for change. And if you do that, then this can be part of your future, as it is for many South Africans already. At Rank 11, we give you another useful tool to keep you on this journey of wealth creation. It's your own car. It is not branded. It is not rented. It is not financed to you. And we don't give it to you and take it away. It's your car because it's transport. It's freedom. It's what we build at DuePoint. That's 11 of the 28 ranks in our system. It is the first third of what we do in changing your life. How much further will we change your life in the next 2/3? Well, we have already got wealth engineers beyond rank 11. Find them out. Some of them are here this morning. Ask them what is beyond rank 11 in our training program. Ladies and gentlemen, we build wealth off of the back of our products, as I discussed earlier. And we have 4 products here at DuePoint. Our first is our Access Wealth Plan. It costs 324 Rand a month. And for that, you get 2 independent products, your very own tax-free investment account, and 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. We take 100 Rand of the 324 every month, and we put it into your investment account. And it is your asset that you have started to build. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month, and for that you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover with no medical examinations, no maximum age limits, and no waiting periods. After your first premium has been paid, you're under cover for 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. It means that every South African of every age and every walk of life can be in DuePoint creating wealth. And then our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. It starts at $299. You get 2 products as well, or 2 benefits. Your first is funeral cover. You can pick between 20 or 30,000 Rand, and whether you want 5 or 10 family members on that plan with you. And the principal member of the policy gets 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover, which means that when they pass away, we cover 10,000 Rands worth of their debt so that their children don't have to. And then our fourth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 299 Rand a month. For that, you get access to our corporate suppliers. We're a 7-decade-old insurance company. We get prices, discounts, vouchers, VIP services and packages that you couldn't get as an individual. In fact, I was reminded of this on Friday. On Friday, I was up at the Constantia's head office, where Constantia is a major sponsor of the EFC. I don't know if you guys know that, but they're a major sponsor of the EFC. DSTV was there, SuperSport was there, SABC was there, and all the international EFC guys were there, all as part of this program of the corporate supply that we have access to that individuals just don't get access to. Absolutely incredible to actually witness it firsthand. We have a wonderful array of suppliers in there, including motor dealerships, data suppliers, manufacturers, retail stores. We've got them all in there, allowing you to be able to purchase things at cheaper prices, covering rule number 2 of wealth creation: increase earning, decrease expenditure through this program. And just 2 weeks ago, we launched our latest supplier, Cell C, who now offers us discounts on airtime and data, 10 to 20% off of those prices that you would normally get in the market. So that means that you're ahead of the game already on your airtime, your data through us with that. Guys, go and watch our training videos on this. Go to YouTube, look up DuePoint, watch our product training videos, and you will see, first of all, that they're the best in class in South Africa, and you'll also understand how to maximize your benefits through these products. Everything is in video format at DuePoint so that it's easy for you to see and understand and use. Ladies and gentlemen, if that wasn't enough, in 2019 we've launched a very special incentive. We call it the 365 Challenge. It is looking for individuals who are wanting to change their lives this year. This year. Not in 5 years' time, in this year. Okay? What it says is that if you can connect 365 people to us over 365 days, we will reward you with the equivalent of 1.25 million rand. Any of you going to get 1.2 million rand from your employers this year? No, but you're going to go back there on Monday, and you're going to work away 80, 90, 100 hours a week and go, I don't have time for anything else. But here we say, in 12 months, starting on the day you join us, your 365 days start the day you become a wealth engineer. You have the opportunity to build wealth in 12 months to the equivalent value of 1.25 million. How do we get to that number? Well, firstly, anyone who puts 365 people into their channel in the 365 days gets a 365,000 Rand cash check. And there it is. That was where we had the individual go, yes, but will they really pay it? Oh, my word. We are a listed, licensed insurance company. We have done it before. We will do it again. Go to our website, look at our galleries, watch our videos. Every one of the promises we've made, we've delivered on already. Of course, we will give you the 365,000 Rand check if you put 365 people in. Your channel, and this is what many people don't seem to understand, is when you put 365 people in, those people don't do nothing. They don't do nothing. They go and do what? They connect people to DuePoint. There is a mathematical formula behind this. And as I said, go and watch the videos that actually show you. Your channel will grow. And so we can calculate that. And so we know that your channel will grow well beyond rank 9 this year with 365 people. It means that at the end of this year, you go away with us on our rank 9 trip. It means that that channel will grow beyond rank 11 this year. Which means that this year you get what? Maybe for the very first time, a brand new motor car. So let's just picture this year, 365,000 Rand cash check, an overseas holiday, and a brand new car. Are you sure you don't have time for this? Are you 100% certain? All we're going to ask you to do is on average, and you can do it in groups, we don't care, but on average, connect a person a day. Do you think connecting one person a day is too much for your time? For the value. And then this channel that has grown beyond rank 11 will be earning a return for you of, we think conservatively, around 500,000 Rand a year. That's about 45,000 Rand a month. So in 1 year, you can take your income from what it is right now to 45,000 Rand a month. Now for those of you who are sitting out there going, yeah, but this and yeah, but that, come and talk to me. I am here 6 days a week. Pick up your phone. You can even call me in my office, and I will run you through how we've designed this. What I want you to know this morning is that everything that we promise, we deliver on. Any one of our wealth engineers who's been with us for the years that we've been running will tell you that we've never failed to deliver on a promise. And in 2019, our promise to South Africa is that we will change your life this year if you are willing to put the effort in. We will change it. We're not going to take your money. Once you've put in 365 people, believe you me, your 224 Rand a month and 100 Rand investment allocation are really insignificant. We don't take money, we create wealth. That is what we are. We are a wealth creation business. In February, we're going to help you get it going. All of you are doing 365 already. January's Wealth Quest is completed, but February's Wealth Quest is now live. And February's Wealth Quest will help you get your 365 February month ticked off. What are we going to do? It's called a triple lightning qualifier. We want you to find 3 people and get them qualified. What does it mean? We need you to find 3 people who find 3 people. That's it. So in total, it's about 12 people. 12 people in an entire month. 3 people find 3 people. And if you can get that done this month, you can pick between either a 5,000 Rand cash check or a brand new Apple iPhone. The Apple iPhone will build your business. The cash check will be cash in transit. I'll put it in your hands and it'll be gone. The Apple iPhone, of course, you can use to build your business with us. But we give you both. And by the end of the month, having put those people in, it is very likely you will have ticked off February for your 365 challenge. In every possible, humanly possible way, DuePoint has done what it can to help South Africans realize this is not a kind of thingy that you've done before, but that this is a tool that can physically change your economic circumstances permanently and for the generations to come after you. Who is going to join us in this process? If you want to be a wealth engineer this morning, you go to our website, DuePoint.net, click apply. You can go read all the pages, watch all the videos. Absolutely, it's all there for you. Click apply, and in less than 3 minutes, you will be a wealth engineer. Not a single cent having come out of your pockets today. Not a cent. And this afternoon, you can start building wealth for yourself in our system. Folks, do the research. Go to the JSC's website. Look us up under Conduit Capital to see our listing. Go to the FSCA's website. Check our life licenses, our short-term licenses, and our FSP licenses. We are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider with numerous licenses there too. Go get yourself comfortable for what's happening. For those of you who want to get out the blocks today, for those of you who want to be flying by this afternoon, at 11:30, I'm doing what's called a launch workshop where I run through some of the basic mechanics on how to get started and how to start creating wealth with us here. It is only for people who want to make money this year. The rest of you are absolutely welcome to go home. But for those of you who want to make money this year, 11:30, come spend 45 minutes with me and I'll get you all the tools you need to properly understand how DuePoint works and how to get out there this afternoon and start making money with us. So go outside now, get signed up, get some tea, some water, get yourself refreshed. At 11:30, guys, those of you watching around the country as well, tune back in at 11:30. Come spend 45 minutes with me, and let's talk about how 2019 is a wealth creation year. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Questions and concerns outside, ask your wealth engineers, and we'll see you again at 11:30. Thank you very much, guys.